Teacher talking sports, what does, what do, how we live. And we often hear of running backs falling off a cliff by the age of 30. That's why sometimes it's difficult for them to procure a, third contract in the NFL, even sometimes a second after their rookie deal. Of course, there's outliers. We've seen other running backs perform well after 30, but none ever ran as well as Derrick Henry did last year, turning 31 on January 4th, which was actually the last week of the regular season, and now getting ready for his second year with the Baltimore Ravens. Well, yesterday ESPN posted an interesting article. I suggest you read it if you're an NFL fan, if you're a Derrick Henry fan, if you're a Ravens fan. How high can Derrick Henry climb on rushing list in 2025? Of course, rushed for more than 1,900 yards last year, which helped him really climb up the list, and he's going to be passing some historic running backs, Hall of Fame running backs. So we'll take a look here. All-time career rushing leaders. We see Derrick Henry currently in 19th place. So in order to move into the top 10 and surpass Tony Dorsett, he would need 1,317 rushing yards. Unless he does fall off that aforementioned cliff or gets hurt, you would think there's probably a good chance he's able to do so. And look at the names he would pass. Steven Jackson, Fred Taylor, not in the Hall of Fame, but great careers. Actually did Is He a Hall of Famer? It's a series I have. Episode of Fred Taylor, and then a playlist, you can check him out. But anyhow, Thurman Thomas, Franco Harris, Marcus Allen, Edgerrin James, Marshall Faulk, Jim Brown, and Tony Dorsett. Actually, if he equaled his rushing total from last year, he would also surpass Eric Dickerson, but he might have to wait another year to do that. You see he's, let me scroll up to number one, little less than 7,000 yards behind Emmitt Smith. Probably not going to happen, but with his longevity and how he's performing now, honestly, can you say that with certainty? Probably not. And you see tied for sixth all time in rushing touchdowns with Jim Brown. Just needs 5 to pass Walter Payton. I fully expect him to be third all time after the 2026 season. 14 away from Peterson, 17 away from Allen. I'm not sure if he's going to do those. 39 behind Tomlinson, and then 58 behind Emmitt Smith all time. So yes, as I mentioned, turned 31 years old on January 4th, which was the last week of last year's NFL season. So we'll be playing much of this season at 31 years old as well. But even with being 30 for the entire season, 5.9 yards per carry, easily a career best. Fourth season, he ran for more than 100 yards per game, 16 rushing touchdowns. He's putting up some ridiculous numbers. Finished fourth in Offensive Player of the Year. It was the most rushing yards by a running back after turning 30. I believe Tiki Barber previously had the record, and Henry surpassed him. So what are your thoughts? How far up can Derrick Henry move up the career rushing list? Playing with Lamar Jackson definitely helps as well, because so much attention got to be put on him. But Derrick Henry's still a bowling ball of a man that is so hard to bring down. How many more years does he have left? I mean, it was funny. The article was mentioning, I think it was Patrick Ricard saying he could play forever. Someone mentioned like in 30 years he'll still be on them. But we saw Emmitt Smith play until he was 35. We saw Frank Gore play till he was 37. Now, obviously, neither of those two backs were who they were in their prime, but, they weren't scrubs either. So, I'm not going to put a timeline on when I think Derrick Henry is going to retire, because He's still so dominant. Anyhow, don't forget to subscribe. Tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend to subscribe. Like the video, share a video, hit the bell for notifications. I'm out.